Hi, I'm Jay Soul, Morgan Stanley's branded apparel and footwear analyst, here on behalf of the retail team to talk about our new category sales outlook. And the key conclusion today is that we see discretionary category sales growing faster than the U.S. retail average over the next 30 to 60 days. Now, let me put this conclusion in context. This is our Morgan Stanley U.S. retail sales lead indicator, and we use this to model retail sales over the next 3 to 6 months. But retail sales is a really broad category, so what we want to do is kind of break this down into the subcomponents, hard lines versus soft lines, or grocery versus restaurants, and we want to know which categories might perform better than the average, or which categories might perform worse than the average. Now, to do this, we've partnered with a company called Prosper Insights and Analytics. And what we've done is we've worked with them with their consumer survey to figure out which categories might do better or worse. Now, their survey is a survey that asks consumers, over 5,000 consumers on a monthly basis, about their spending intentions. And Prosper has been doing this for a long time. They conduct all the survey work for the National Retail Federation. So let's get to the conclusions. The key conclusions, there's three. First is we see discretionary categories leading the ongoing retail sales growth rate recovery over staples categories over the next, like I said, 30 to 60 days. Two, middle-income consumers likely lead late summer spending. And three, we're increasingly bullish on the branded apparel and footwear sector in terms of the stocks. Now, let's talk about the first conclusion. Discretionary categories will lead the ongoing sales growth rate recovery. Now, what this shows is that based on the survey work, these three categories, home improvement, dining out, and electronics, are predicted to have the highest year-over-year growth rates. And more importantly, perhaps, the categories with the most acceleration in their growth rates are electronics, women's apparel, and home decor. And this is important because we think the market reacts more to this than to these. Now, alternatively, some of the weaker categories are predicted to be children's clothing and grocery. And grocery is a major category, and one reason we see discretionary outperforming staples. Now, next, we see middle-income consumers leading the late summer spending recovery. Now, for the most part, upper-income consumers have led, but right now, based on the survey, our index of middle-income consumers shows that they are likely to increase their spending at a higher rate than upper-income consumers. At the same time, lower-income consumers who've been struggling in this economy are probably going to continue to struggle. Now, the last thing we want to talk about is that we're increasingly bullish on the branded apparel and footwear sector. If you can see on this chart right here, apparel has been a weaker category relative to the U.S. average right here. But based on the survey that says that retail sales are going to be getting better, and our work that shows the same thing, and that discretionary categories are going to outperform, and what we know about what's in the price, earnings estimates, valuations, our sense is that the stocks in the branded apparel and footwear sector can continue to grind higher from here over the next 30 to 60 days. And frankly, we're having an increasingly difficult time finding shorts. Now, I'm going to stop there. There's a lot more detail in the note, and not just about branded apparel and footwear and how this data relates to those stocks, but about how they relate to restaurants, department stores, hard lines, grocery, all the sectors that we cover here at Morgan Stanley. So definitely take a look. Please reach out if you have any questions. Again, I'm Jay Soul, Morgan Stanley's branded apparel and footwear analyst. Thanks so much for your time.